So recently, people have been asking me about how to invest in the stock market. However, what I want to go over first is the steps to take before investing anything into the market. Let me tell you a little about me. September the 12th, 2017. That was the day I decided to get serious about investing. I started with just $5. That just goes to show you that it's not about how much you start with, you just have to actually start. Ever since that day, I've been trying to learn more and set a path to financial freedom and generational wealth. Every step starts with the first step. Step one is having a budget. I believe doing a budget is one of the most important steps in terms of investing and personal finances. A budget allows you to see how much money you are bringing in and how much money you spend each month. So make sure when you are doing your budget, you list all your monthly take-home income and all of your monthly expenses. Once you do this, see where you can cut out some non-essentials. This will be things such as eating out, going out, buying unnecessary clothing. Remember, everything that you save, that's more money to invest and place into a savings account. Step 2, setting goals. Goals are important because they allow you to see the financial improvements you want to make, so make sure they are realistic. If they are unattainable, you will usually end up doing nothing. Also, make sure you have small-term goals with a date of completion on them. A good one is saving $500 if you already don't have that amount saved. Even if you want $5 million saved, the feeling you get from saving that $500 will push you to continue to save. When you are setting these goals, ask yourself why. Why are you setting these goals? What is the outcome from you setting these goals? Are you saving for retirement? Do you want extra income? Perhaps a down payment on something. Once you figure that out, set the goal, achieve the goal. Step 3, have a savings account and/or an emergency savings account. Just like all the other steps, this one is going to be fairly important. Let's say you have $500 invested in Apple, but you have $0 invested in a savings account. When life happens, you will either have to sell the stock or take out debt, such as credit card loans or personal loans through some type of lending service, which puts you further into debt. That is something you do not want to do because it defeats the purpose of investing. I would say at minimum, what you want to have is $500 saved in a savings account for emergencies before you invest anything in the stock market. Once this is completed and you are investing, you are still going to want to continue to save. Your next goal should be $1,000. After that, 3 to 6 months of living expenses. According to some studies, over 50% of Americans do not have at least $1,000 saved, while 45% of Americans have 0% saved. Do not be one of these people. Step 4 is going to be pay off high interest debt. Every loan has a different interest rate set by the lender that you agree to pay. The interest rate of your debt determines how much it will cost you to borrow the money and how quickly you will pay it off. This directly affects your budget and savings goals. Before inflation, the average stock market return is around 10% a year. And according to the Federal Reserve, the average interest rate on a credit card is 16.43%. And some rates can even be as high as 30%. That is why, in my opinion, any debt with an interest rate of 6% or higher needs to be focused on aggressively and paid off. You cannot generate long-term wealth with long-term high interest rate debt. They do not go together. For things such as mortgage debt and student loan debt, you may want to consider refinancing. I know right now currently rates are at historic lows, so reach out to a lending professional and see if that's an option for you. Step 5, and also the final step, is going to be open a brokerage account. Most people want to buy stocks, but they don't know how to go about buying them. That's what a brokerage account is for. A brokerage account allows you to buy and sell investments such as stocks, bonds, ETFs, and mutual funds. This account can be a taxable account for individual investing or a tax-advantaged retirement account. If I were looking to open up an account not linked to retirement, I'll choose a taxable account starting out. When choosing a brokerage, there's a few things you need to consider, such as commissions, account minimums, and account fees. Most accounts don't charge account fees, so I would avoid choosing a brokerage company that does. The company that I currently use now is called M1 Finance, but remember, there are many different brokerage accounts to choose from. I will later go over the pros and cons of many of the popular ones used today, so you can choose for yourself which one you want to use. The steps above alone are great, but using them together is even better, and I believe they have allowed me to be on a path of financial freedom. One of the things you want to know is that the market does not always go up. There are red days, and I have definitely experienced quite a few of them. If you are investing in good quality stocks, when they go down, do not panic and sell your shares. You need to look at this as a clearance. If you go into the store and your favorite product is on sale, you are going to buy more of that because you know the price will eventually go back up. Good quality stocks are the same way. In March of 2020, I lost over $12,000 when the market went down. I didn't panic, I didn't sell. I actually bought more shares, and by the end of the year, I had made that $12,000 back, plus an additional $19,000. So remember, consistency is key. Next, I'm going to show you some of my portfolios. Following the steps that I have outlined is how I got to where I am now. I will be releasing more in-depth information in terms of terminology, brokerage accounts, types of investment, and personal finances so the world of investing can make sense. My 2021 goal is to stay consistent and continue the practice of delayed gratification to ensure my future self is in the best financial position possible. If you made it this far, thank you for listening. I hope something that I have said or tried to explain has been helpful and has increased your knowledge in some type of way. If you have any constructive criticism, anything that you can suggest to make this better, any critiques, critique your mama. No, I'm just playing, but anything you can suggest to make this better, please let me know. You know, it's only going to be up from here. Thank you.